was 5 or 6 years ago in a DreamLeague that YapzOr played the 4-position Terrorblade. I was there, I saw it myself, my own eyes, and everything in Dota happens in cycles, SVG, and we are back to 4-position Terrorblade once again. Can you explain why? Why is this happening again?
Drugs.
Oh. Well, that'll be the second vice of Boboka's that we've heard about.
Yeah, everything goes in cycles. You know,
30 seconds to battle.
you know, I was going to make that joke last. I was going to make something like that last game.
Yeah.
The longest finger in the world.
I know. I
Of
know.
course. I don't. Okay, I'm not gonna ruin my career, but this is a big smoke wrap here. Looking at that Terrorblade active
run
early.
straight into Snake King and slow him down with the reflection
can't move.
from the support Terrorblade. What are you gonna do?
God,
First blood.
disgusting.
Begins auspiciously.
Absolutely disgusting. You know, I was thinking about this. Okay, if I was gonna play support Terrorblade in a pro match, I'm gonna go and I want to have my first 10 minutes be like pretty good, so my team doesn't flame me. You know.
Yeah.
I'm going up against Crystal Maiden. That's all I know. Like, if there is one hero that I can somehow kill a couple times and abuse the fact that she has the worst MS, worst armor, worst starting HP, worst base attack of any hero in the entire game, it is
look!
Crystal Maiden.
I
And they're
found a
going
Crystal
straight back
Maiden.
in. Body blocker up. Oh, they almost had it.
Snuck away. Either way, very good damage done.
I think this should be a fine laning phase for G2.iG as Monet
Oh,
dies.
didn't expect that one.
Yeah, I mean, ignoring that, I think the Centaur is going to kind of chill down here, right? I don't think this is a lane that kicks him out once he has level 3 or 4. He gets a helm, he gets a ring, whatever he wants. I think the Coddle's going to do fine mid. I mean, it's the same matchup from last game. It was going to be the same. They put the Pango there. It's relatively same. If anything, it's way better for Coddle. I actually think the lane is a lot better for him versus the Pango than the DK. Though the in-game matchup is maybe slightly worse. Like, I think the mid-Coddle controls the mid-DK from last game better than he controls the mid-Pango, but I think he's going to be way farther ahead, in theory. And I think this Bat can do enough top for the Slark. But obviously, they just level 1 killed Monet with Gush, so I mean...
That is a whole lot of Dota analysis that I didn't ask for.
Okay, well, Terrorblade.
Terrorblade. Why? Why is this a thing?
You buy Blood Grenade. You are Terrorblade. You are scary. You play versus Crystal Maiden. There you go. Look at him go.
It's just laning phase or bust?
No, I think Reflection is a very strong skill.
Okay.
It's very good versus the carry dragon, I hear. Sunder is also a very strong skill from a saving standpoint if you can maintain your high HP in the fight. It's not that bad. We've seen people play it. You can also stack with the illusions, which is pretty underrated.
Okay.
You get some good like hard camp stack going with an illusion on the triangle or something. You boost up the Coddle's GPM. You can deny water runes with illusions as well. We'll see what Boboka does in this early game, but I think the early game for this hero is fine, actually. I don't think it's like... I wouldn't be concerned about my laning phase with the support Terrorblade. I'd be more concerned about what those 20 to 30 minute fights look like.
Yeah.
What can he get out of the map? Is he able to buy some good items? Can he have teamfight impact past Reflection, Sunder? Is that enough? Did you get enough out of your cheese pick, right? A lot comes down to this Slark. Obviously, we're going to focus on the Terrorblade because it's hilarious, but the Terrorblade is not as important as what this Slark gets done in this game. Because that's the only reason this exists. So you can get a last pick carry and cheese it up. So is Monet in a good enough position to carry this game? I think he is. Maybe a lot comes down to the Pangolier as well. How much Mauler you can get, interact with the Slark in the team fights. He's their biggest answer to him.
They certainly have some interesting options against Dragon Knight. You've got the heavy magic burst damage of the Coddle, which we saw get put to use in that last game. You've got Sunder, offensive Sunder is like a possibility. Low health Terrorblade, really good exchange on a Dragon Knight. And Slark is just a great hero for feasting on tanky heroes that don't output the biggest physical damage threat. Big burst. You know?
Yeah, I feel like Slark's pretty happy this game, outside of the Pango matchup. I don't think he's too scared about scaling and beating these cores in the later fights.
No.
I feel like this game looks similar to last one. My biggest concern with Falcons lineup here is, do you lack damage at some point? I think we started to see it in those later fights with the Centaur DK. Like, you're going in, you're stunning somebody, and then what? Nothing happened, right? You have a similar setup here between Tidehunter, Pangolier, DK. There's not any insane physical damage coming out. If you get armor items up on the Centaur, you get to the late game with Sark with Ags, it looks a little tricky, man. I don't know. This might be a game where Falcons rely on their extremely strong laning to just kind of build momentum and run the game over.
Do you think part of this is, do you think some of this is just a team-to-team matchup that is not good for Falcons?
Maybe.
I mean, G2.iG, we talked a lot about how comfortable they are going to late game. And obviously, Falcons have shown themselves to be, you know, kind of a little bit on the slower side.
Man up here from Monet, but it doesn't end well for him.
Xnova is still going for it, trying to keep this damage on crit, but he doesn't have any sticky napalms, so the Firefly really doesn't do that much to crit.
Base for Monet, though, honestly.
Yeah.
Pretty decent outcome. I thought they were going to commit there, and it was not going to end well, but trade out some regen, Monet gets more CS. He's very happy about that. I feel like this team-on-team matchup is... I don't know. I feel like something about the draft just keeps putting Falcons in a spot that isn't as comfortable for them as I've seen them versus a lot of other teams. Not sure what it is exactly. Could just be RNG as well. Not Xnova's X team, but, you know, just random luck.
6-minute power runes coming up. Very important for Coddle Pango matchup, I would imagine.
Okay, what's happening with Terrorblade? Oh, he found the Crystal Maiden again, and that is just food.
It's mine.
Didn't even have to use his blood
experience
grenade.
for the big man.
I'm telling you, this is just the dream, man. I wish I could play versus Crystal Maiden every game. It's so nice.
You really hate that hero.
I don't hate it, as long as it's not on, as long as I don't have to play it. All right, you want to know how to play versus Crystal Maiden?
Hit me.
All you have to, this is a good tip for anybody, all these people watching at home, you want to gain, you know, you watch all these YouTube videos, these TikTok videos, I don't know what the hell people are watching, YouTube shorts, oh, how to gain 6,000 MMR in 2 days or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll teach you right now how to gain 500 MMR in your next 10 games you play against Crystal Maiden.
Okay.
Which is impossible on the system.
That number doesn't work out, but
whatever.
go on.
Nobody does math
300 MMR. Yeah.
All you need to do is bring the Crystal Maiden into the trees, into the area outside the lane, anywhere outside the lane. And the second she's there, she's dead because this hero has no MS, no armor, no base attack, so she's dead. In the 2-on-2, the hero is fine. All you have to do is bait him out. You know, taunt him, throw an all chat out there. You know, oh, I saw your mom at the supermarket, whatever. You bring him off the lane, give him a tip. And the second he's there, you both go on him, he's dead. Free food. You do that 3 times, the game's over because the enemy carry's going to rage. Crystal Maiden's feeding on the lane. I can't play Dota. And then you just free him more, man.
Why does your carry sound like he's 60 years old?
Because he's been playing Dota with TM. Baboka rotation. Didn't see that one
TB
coming.
rotation. They talked about it on the panel.
My God. I mean, he's having a great game.
It really is. I mean, I feel like that's one of the things is like anytime you have one of these weird support heroes, I feel like more often than not, it's a terrible hero if the lane doesn't go well. But if they actually, you know, like get some kills in lane, and then they use that experience to make a rotation here or there, then all of a sudden they get to their level 6 at decent timing without being reliant on soaking up a lane solo or something, then, you know, they can actually work as a support hero.
I think G2.iG's in a pretty damn good spot right now.
That stomp will certainly help this blast come in.
Oh,
almost enough to finish off Snake King. Looks like he'll tick out due to the reflection coming out from
due to his
Baboka.
Non-existent strength gain, he could not survive the single nuke that hit him. It's very unfortunate that he got hit by a single nuke.
Well, he should have dodged that with his great movement speed.
Oh, that's right.
If
Yeah.
he just...
Yeah. He should have just sidestepped it with his, what is it now? Oh. I don't even remember what it is. Oh, 280. That's
280.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. 280. Well, he'll make a smoke play now. Try and get some XP back on the board. But once more, this Coddle is in a way better position than we saw last game. This is where you want this hero to be, right? Top of the board, 1,000 ahead of the next hero, cruising around. He's got Stampede to bail him out. And Snake King took another nuke to the face, so
no.
he's got to go back to the base.
Oh, he tried to swashbuckle through, gets caught by the lasso. X-Nova took a little bit of time in the mid lane, got enough experience for level 6.
You know, I'll tell you one thing, these G2.iG supports are owning right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they should do this more often. Give them some core heroes. These normal supports haven't been working out, but you give them a Terrorblade and an off-lane bat, and suddenly they're just cruising. This is the best early game I've ever seen from this team. And they have 5 cores and a support mid. It's the future.
Mars seems to have an MO of when you're doing something, when you're bullying him in some way, he tips you. Now it's the Slark versus Tidehunter matchup. He's like, all right. Congrats on your free lane. It is pretty free, too. Second in net worth. G2.iG, this is a scary position if you're Falcons to be in. You won the lanes in game 1, still lost due to an inability to go late against that lineup. Now you've lost the laning phase in game 2 against the lineup that is still going to scale pretty well. I don't know exactly how well the Terrorblade 4 position scales.
I think it's fine here, right?
Yeah.
All Baboka has to do in this game is get a reflection off on the DK plus 1 or 2, and then sunder his Slark or sunder his Coddle. That's it. If he does that, I think it's more than enough good impact to win this game based on the core matchups and their position right now. I also think this is one of the interesting things about ATF. So ATF, he builds a lot more early stats than a lot of offlane players. This is another game where he went double bracer. But if you don't crush the CS board, it does not feel nearly as good, I think. Because that's 1,000 gold committed into early stats, regen. You know, it's like a pseudo ring, pseudo helm. I'm not saying it's bad and it doesn't continue to scale, but it does delay an early ore item, or the Mage Slayer gets slowed down a little bit. And meanwhile, you look at where this Slark is. Like, these bracers did not decimate the Slark's game.
Yep.
So now he's going to go back for stacks to get to this Mage Slayer. This is a kind of slow position for ATF relative to where we're seeing him with that type of lane investment. It's another factor where you're just going to have to get this Diffuse on Malrine, which is also kind of slow here, and get a good fight off it. And you're just getting reflected on.
Shield Rune top lane, that's going to be free for the Coddles, so
we'll see how much NTS can pick up the pace here, because he is in prime mid-Coddle position to take a game over. There ever was one. Oh, Snake King's found an enemy illusion, so he'll have to go back to base. Very unfortunate.
it's not even.
Oh, he took off a cell.
Hey,
Look at that.
He doesn't have to go home. Plus, he's got tranquil boots.
All right, who wins this battle? Austin. Quick, answer me.
The 4 position illusion with no spells in the Crystal Maiden. I think the illusion wins.
Oh, that was close.
I think Snake King only survives in that 1v1 if the illusion times out.
It's legit closer than you think. They're gonna poke JT, but again, this Centaur has just been pretty invincible down here, and another Stampede to bail him out. They brought
they were just coming in. Crit just a second too late. They jumped the gun on the other 2, perhaps.
That feels bad. This is also a Hoodwink build that was invested in winning the lane. It's max Acorn, which I wouldn't say it's a huge difference between more points and Bushwhack. I mean, this is the norm. But again, you had tied with double Bracer, Gush, and a max Acorn Hoodwink, and that lane was still pretty much free farm for Monet.
Yeah, they got an early first blood, but other than that,
yeah, it did not translate. So the stacks definitely helped ATF. He recovered a decent amount here. Smoke up from G2.iG as they're looking to use the Dagon from NTS. This man JT is always laughing about something.
Yeah, dude, that guy. I mean, he looks like a fun player to have on your team.
Oh, I would go to
Grabbed.
with this.
Oh man, X Nova, what has he been up to? Okay, Rolling Thunder, that's going to be able to bounce around and kill JT most likely. An attempted Sunder, but this Rolling Thunder does not stop. Keeps them both stunned, out of commission. All right, Falcons striking back a little bit.
That was about as good a fight you're going to get off that Defusal. Coming in for the Pangolier. This is a game Maureen's just going to have to put on his back for at least a little bit in all these fights, because I do think he's the strongest hero in the game right now. There's no control for him on G2.iG. Absolutely none.
Yeah.
And as we've heard in every interview with Quinn for the past 2 years, this is the most broken hero in Dota, if you're not a noob. So...
X Nova. Ow.
They tried to get him with the couriers.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, his hero was...
Well, at least he's got really good cast range to make up for his lack of movement speed, right?
Yeah.
So Frostbite was...
Look at that. What year is it again?
It's 2024, man. This was a great hero back in 2014. Seriously, though, X Nova, that's a 5-position Bat Rider with a
huge.
Blink Dagger at 14 minutes.
Yeah, I was saying, both these supports have done a really nice job in the early game for G2.iG. He's level 10, too. When you're looking at the levels there. Like,
Yeah.
that is ridiculous. He got some early stack steals, had a really good laning phase in terms of he didn't have to stand with Monet very long, which meant they both got a lot more XP than maybe they should have. They're looking at a decent spot. Again, you want to keep ramping it up with this Coddle. NTS is very strong right now as long as he doesn't have to interact with the Pangolier directly. Dagon Vessel's going to kill pretty much anybody else. Oh, more hacking going on.
Nighttime hack.
That was Valve adding 10 base movement speed to Crystal Maiden real quick.
No, they just gave her another hat.
That is why this hero exists, yeah. It's the best hat seller, I'll give her that.
Her and Pudge.
Little roll through should get another kill. I mean, remember, this is a level 10 bat. It's not an insignificant kill.
No?
And the Mage Slayers are up for Falcons right now.
What are you doing up there, Snaking?
Yeah, I mean, he thought he was the Leshrac from last game, but... DD in the bottle for Maureen as well. He is incredibly
He's
strong
coming
right
over.
now.
He's got a Diffusal Blade and a Mage Slayer, so he's pretty strong. Ooh, what a great pick off there. Great decision by Monet, getting active like that and getting a pick off on the hero that you were pointing out as like the big threat for G2.iG in this game. Without the Slark getting involved, they have no answer to him.
Nice rotation from Monet. I mean, no Rolling Thunder because you secured the bat with it.
Jump forward from Skeeter, back into it. Amar. He has the Ravage, so they're not really in fear of G2.iG saving nothing to say here. Pops the Ravage to ensure the kill, and they'll get that dominating kill streak gold into their favor. Skeeter keeping top, though, and G2.iG, faster blink from Skeeter than there was from anybody else.
You're not going to get a TI winner that easily. Maybe if you had the reflection there.
Does Reflection do instant damage?
No.
Okay.
Thank you, Austin.
You say these things, and I'm supposed to implicitly trust you as my analyst.
The joke was because he's a 14. Never mind.
All right.
Well, every time Rolling Thunder's up, you want to get something going because Monet is starting to take this map over.
Monet is being crazy active.
I mean, it's nighttime.
Doing great work.
There's nothing that stops him right now, and he is building up the stacks. This Slark is going to be a menace, man. He's got everything cooking for him. Level 13.5. Ooh. Another Rolling Thunder, though.
With the Shard, Maureen easily chains it on Nothing to Say.
I wouldn't mind seeing an early anchor either out of this Tide. I think it could be interesting. Just give him a little extra lockdown chase potential for the Slark as well. But the main priority is going to be damage. How do you incorporate damage into these 3 cores? You need to scale the DK and the Pango for sure. Getting into that like 4th, 5th item territory, late game Bloodthorns or perhaps Pango Basher would be pretty interesting. Slark is the biggest problem you have to solve in terms of those late game fights. Prevent the Slark being able to dictate when he's going in, building the stacks, going back out. This Ags is going to be a huge timing for Monet if he can get to it without any problems.
What he's managed to accomplish with just the Diffusal Blade so far. Aghanim Scepter is going to be a terror for these backline supports.
But look at the farm. Somehow ATF finds his way to the top.
That's pretty impressive. I assume it was some ancient stack?
Yeah, he took all the stacks in Triangle.
And they also got the dominating kill streak on Skeeter, I believe, so he jumped up in net worth by quite a healthy amount there. And they're going to catch nothing to stay a second time. The anchor already put to use. Yep. Pushing back the Crystal Maiden helps slow down the damage here. The heal comes out, but the Ravage was ready to go. So G2.iG are jumping into a Ravage like that, and it means the fight is just no good for them. They're going to lose 3 instantly. Monet is still going to get chased here. He does have his ultimate. See if he can get away into the trees. Nice blink forward by Amar. Beautiful stuff and a triple kill for him.
ATF just does all the little stuff right in these fights, man. The way he positions, where he moves after spells are cast to set up for the next round, everything is just on point, and it adds up in all these games. Get a little bit of extra victory in all of them. They get a Crystal Maiden for their woes, but that was also a beautiful Ravage. Hits 4, finishing the Coddle off. Catch the support Terrorblade. Honestly, have we felt Baboka's impact in any of these fights?
Not
no.
in team fights, no.
Yeah, the answer is absolutely no. This is the problem with these like weird support cheese swap picks. It's not the early game. It really isn't. It's what do you do in the fight? And unless you can make your impact felt off a good Reflection Thunder, you just don't exist.
Yeah, and you combine it with a support Batrider as well. There's no team fight between this support team.
Oh yeah, I mean, what is the biggest AoE spell on G2.iG? Centaur Stomp?
Centaur Stomp.
Will-O-Wisp? Depth Shroud?
Oh, caught him after the Shroud. Okay. Got the ultimate out of him. He's going to try and deal with the anchor and then pounces himself away. There was that tier 1 tower up, so Falcons respect the fact that G2.iG are probably making TP rotations.
He's thinking about Ags, too.
Yeah, some more AoE damage.
Pretty nice, yeah. Make sure you can always just proc the Slark with it.
Illusion.
Gives you more damage threat as well. Again, talking about the damage, right? It's just more in the fight. Adds up over time. It's also nice with this Hoodwink. Start throwing this Blightstone Acorn through, the Gush hits people. It adds up.
Yeah. This is, I feel like, the kind of same position G2.iG were in last game, where they don't have stronger team fight, and they gotta stall the game until they hit their window, which is probably the Ags being done on the Slark, right? And I don't know what else. I mean, it looks like nothing to say. He's thinking about not rushing Dagon 5 and going BKB instead.
Helps in the 5-on-5, but they're just not finding anything on the map. They need these lanes to get shoved in. Use the Terrorblade to shove them a little bit extra with the Coddle, and then find the pickoffs with the Batrider and the Slark. But just nothing is combined in the last 5 or 6 minutes here. And it's costing them a lot. This start that NTS had, it just hasn't translated into any momentum. And all 3 of these cores from Falcons are starting to scale up here. I thought maybe they were going to lack a little damage, but it's starting to feel like G2.iG are going to be the ones who aren't going to be able to kill anybody. The support Terrorblade is,
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
yeah, he's there.
So all the games that I saw of the support Terrorblade, in fact, 4 of them were Baboka himself. None of them were this item built.
Shadowblade?
Like, most of them were drums, right? Drums,
Yeah,
maybe a vessel, which in this game you have the Coddle, so you're not going to be building that. I didn't really see, like, okay, what's an idea past, like, some small utility items? Like, what do you do, 30 minutes in? What are you building? Baboka's just kind of building some sort of, like, assassination.
Well, he's got the Shadow Amulet queued up, which I think is, you know, We've all been there.
Yeah. Certainly the item build I would expect from a support Terrorblade.
He's been watching some Chappie videos. But this is a free Roche. Absolutely no contest, especially during the daytime. It is interesting because if you're Raboka, if you go Drum, if you go Solar Crest, you go Vlad's, these are all items the Slark generally needs to carry a game. Unless he's just absolutely out of control. And the Batrider can build him, but he went the early blink. And so he just hasn't been given that much farm priority past that. If you're also going to go Shadowblade on the support Terrorblade to try and go for this, you know, I guess aggressive low HP Sunder initiation, that's the only thing that comes to mind with it. I mean,
now that's some old school tech there.
Yeah, but why else are you building
that's some
Shadowblade?
Dota 1 tech.
Okay, you're gonna Shadowblade defensive Sunder so they can't see you? I don't know, man. That's
well, part of that tech was it was when Roshan was in the middle of the map. So you'd use Roshan to get low, and then you would Shadowblade out of the pit in the middle of the map.
All right, he opted to go. Okay, I'm not even gonna talk about that one. Whatever. Baboka's living his dream. We'll let him live his dream.
He has a diffusal blade.
Yeah, he bought a diffusal blade, so.
Well, Falcons have smoke ganked a enemy Tormentor. And here comes the push. I mean, when you got to carry Dragonite, I kind of like this setup that they have. I think the Tidehunter with Ags makes this carry Dragonite look a lot better. You're doubling up on the AoE slows from Frost Dragon and the Gush. And that AoE minus armor is helping the Dragonite's damage, physical damage, look a lot more intimidating.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, that's all good. Okay, we have to talk about it. Diffusal on a 4-position Terrorblade. Like, this has got to be borderline grief. I don't know what else to call it, man. You have to play for your Slark in this game. What else is like this pick, draft, flex, cheese Slark designed to do? You're telling me this Diffusal is going to give you enough value in the fight to justify? Like, I'm going to burn out their mana with illusions that have no HP because I'm 10,000 net worth behind every other core or whatever? Is he actually going to become a 4th core in this game? And I'm going to eat my own hat?
Probably.
I'm just saying this is the greediest thing I've seen since Yapzor rushed Scotty on Support Monkey first item. Yeah, you remember that game?
I do remember that one.
Yeah, this is the second greediest 4-position thing I've ever seen. That was number 1 for sure.
That was number 1.
Watching Support Monkey run around with 2 ultimate orbs at 35 minutes was S tier.
I mean, I would say this build,
he's going.
Yeah, he's going Disperser. I would say the old Disperser would make this build make a little bit more sense, right? Like an AoE movement speed buff to your team against the Dragonite slow and the Gush and stuff.
I feel like they had like a fight before the game. Folks like, oh, these games are too hard to carry, huh? They're too hard to carry, Monet. I'll show you how to carry a game. I'm not even in the lane.
Could have another mind control situation on our hands here.
Oh, okay. You were waiting to pull that one out.
All right, tier 2 mid down, and time to sweep across the map for Falcons.
The whole time we've been discussing this, and the rat has been happening. I mean,
yeah,
all these cores are just farming. They still have Aegis for a minute. But are you getting answers to the Pango DK, who are kind of out farming you right now? Your Centaur's falling behind. I'm worried about his impact. X-Nova is continuing to not get any farm priority, so...
Oh, got him this time.
He's going to struggle, and... Yeah,
getting away from some of these moves with the Blink Daggers, but they finally got at least X-Nova.
Is in scale mode right now. He is just living the Dragon Knight dream. So you're going to have to, I guess, get to your next Slark item, get to your next Terrorblade item, and take a dual carry timing fight. Align all the stars of whatever's happening here. Beyond my comprehension. Imagine you're Monet in this game, you're like, all right, guys, I got BKB. Time time to assail Roche. And then you just hear Baboka, your 4 position, be like, wait, I gotta finish my disperser, bro. That's what JT's laughing about right now. He's like, I should have picked Pudge, man. These are the games Pudge thrives in, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, the real shit show fest.
Yeah, and you got that, everybody's just jungling, everybody's building carry items. That's when you're, I should just play Pudge.
Yeah, when the enemy team is going to go high ground in 30 minutes, that's when you can do some work with
Did
Bud.
get the Cloak of Flames on the Terrorblade, though, so he's actually killing some waves with these illusions.
Yeah, look at it go. He's going to cut the top wave.
Pretty nice.
No pushing high ground for you, but Baboka has been found, and he's not getting out.
Diffusal.
Good attempt. Not really.
Dude, he bought a Yasha, too. This guy's insane. He's actually insane, dude. Yasha on support Terrorblade. My God. My God.
The thing is, you're doing this against a carry Dragonite. You know he's gonna hit high ground very early on. I mean, maybe it'll help them split push. They're certainly just gonna be split pushing and dying. That currently seems to be the MO of G2.iG. Just accept your fate. Run down the side lanes, as Monet was the latest victim of that, hitting the tier 2 bottom lane.
Excellent out of a gem, so that's also kind of a dangerous play. You end up losing gem. And they're cutting the waves.
They are?
Stalling this game. A nice setup from ATF. That anchor has been pretty damn good this game. And again, the control between the Tide and this Pangolier. What's your counter control? Is JT's just laughing at his carry. This guy is no chill, man.
Look at him. He's got an invis rune. He's going to cut the mid wave.
Yeah, he's also got a Dagon.
Blink away. Skeeter still finds him, though.
See, JT,
he bought a
he bought it out. He actually bought it. I don't know what's happening in this game. I feel like they're just trolling or something. I don't know.
Are they secured? Are G2.iG already secured in their group or what?
What do you mean? They were in last place, secured for the airplane. Not secured? How can they be secured? What are you talking about?
Maybe they're secured to go.
They're literally fighting for survival. What do you mean they're secured?
Maybe they're already secured a spot, a flight home.
I don't know. This is something's cooking here, man. I'm telling you, something's cooking.
Yeah, it kind of stinks.
They're all having the time of their life.
Oh, got out the BKB just before he got pushed into it, and they have the Basher on Mallory.
Yeah, so, I mean, Falcons are getting all the items that we talked about. Looked pretty good for them. Building the damage, scaling all their cores. G2.iG in a good state of mind, at least. Gave the gem to Monet. He's still working on that BKB. Shiva's done for ATF.
Hey, there's the Manta.
And yeah, Manta done for this Terrorblade. He's scaling. He's ratting, he's scaling. Butterfly next on the menu.
You know what's funny is Butterfly was the item that I saw in Baboka's build, where like one of his Terrorblade games went 40 minutes and he did get a Butterfly. It was a really weird like triple Wraith Band, drums, and Butterfly.
So the thing is, at this point in the game, like you're kind of happy this is going on.
Yeah.
Well, how else do you win this game, right?
Yeah.
But the other side of that coin is the reason you're in this position might have something to do with you have a 4-position Terrorblade building Butterfly, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know how this game would have gone if they'd built some drums and solar. I don't know if much would have changed. But we'll never know. They'll get some stack building going on. Anchor out of the equation. Will Monet commit? No. That's a D-D-D-K.
JT coming in through the side, try to
Still has his Dagon.
He has his Lotus and he has his ultimate, and yeah, he does have his Dagon. There goes the Lotus, there goes the Stampede. No Dagon yet.
He doesn't know what to do in this game, dude. He has the same reactions I'm having.
Now he's going back for Shiva.
Oh, why is my Terrorblade not ready to fight? This is just another average C pub for the old JT.
JT has been here far too many times.
You know what that face was? You know what that the reaction was? Guys, I joined a Chinese team to get out of these. I went to China to get out of these pubs, guys. What is this? Oh, fuck. I'm just gonna fuck it all by Dagon. He's not even leveling it. He bought it. He's gonna go Shiva.
Yeah, I know.
That's like an actual waste of 3,000 gold. He could just have Shivas right now.
Okay, no, like, reality is he wanted it for the DK illusion, right?
He wanted it for the memes. DK illusion. 3,000 gold to your build to kill a DK illusion?
Yeah? It's not that bad.
Okay, man. Yeah. I mean, he's really got that.
He's got 1 DK illusion so far. 44 gold.
I don't think that strat is bad if it's the support's doing it, but I don't know about
Well,
the
he is the support because Bobica is a core.
I forgot. Okay, well, yeah, actually that has some logic to it. I don't know if it's good logic, but it has some logic. Here's some DK logic for you. As your racks are dying. Where was the Dagon?
Well, the Dagon is currently looping around the side. Smoked up, G2.iG.
Right. Big flank.
All fun and games until...
It's all fun and games until the 4-position Terrorblade butterflies your ass and you get Dagon by Centaur. And Monet starts building the stacks. They all TP'd out.
Stack it up, stack it up. They got trained. They got trained into thinking that they're only going to get split push.
Oh, we got him.
And now,
surprise,
they get caught out. Monet has just stolen 1 billion stats from the Tide.
They had a gem.
They had a gem.
It's working. Has science gone too far? He almost has butterfly.
He does.
Are they gonna win this game? What is happening? Aurene got his ult forced. Are they gonna get Roche?
Yeah, they're going for it. Malreen's. Oh, okay.
They're getting ratted though. They need the Centaur back pronto. Start dagging some illusions.
Dagon.
I mean, they're still roaching. I mean, you give up a Rax here.
You give up Rax for sure.
You have the Terrorblade to rat it back out. Dude, if Boca takes ages, I'm retiring.
Radiant's bottom tower
I'm going to Overwatch League or something, dude. If this man takes the goddamn ages, I'm out of here. Yeah.
Radiant are scanning.
Overwatch League's more dead than this Rax.
That's why I named it.
Dyer's bottom barracks
No, it'll be Monet taking it. Thank God. Oh,
got him. Added to the list. Skeeter gets the jump on enough to say just who he was looking for. Fortunately, nothing to say. Built out that BKB.
Skeeter doesn't.
And Skeeter is now slowed down to a crawl. Does have the Manta though.
Oh, what a bushwhack. What the hell?
Grabbed Monet midway through the pounce. Now they're going to be able to grab the squirrel.
And do a little
pounce
hunt.
Him down.
That stacks from Monet.
Squirrel hunting.
Oh. The Maiden somehow got out of there, but I mean, this is an Aegis cheese on a Slark. He's about to finish up Disperser. Your Terrorblade's going to finish your Butterfly here. This is getting spooky, man. I don't know if anybody understands what's happening right here, but the tide has turned a bit.
Invisibility.
Are you sure you don't want to retire from casting and go back to playing?
This does look fun.
You could play support Terrorblade.
If I knew I could have done this.
You could be farming items. Okay.
I mean,
Butterfly on a Terrorblade.
You may not like it, but this is what peak position 4 performance looks like. I mean, he's big now. I don't know. I think
he is legitimately, like, he legitimately got to that point where he had the Manta.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, he's only going to get bigger and bigger from here.
He's a threat for sure.
And now he's got his item after the Manta, so now he's actually a team fight threat. His Falcons just not going to be able to close out this game in time. Similar to game 1.
I don't think they can. I don't think this game is in their control to close out anymore. I think the rat is too severe. Their lineup is very ball heavy, right? Between the 3 cores. It doesn't deal well with the split push pressure, the Slark night vision. They kind of have to just group and push, and they lost that last Roche. It's going to slow things down entirely here. Yeah. This is a game of Dota.
One of the Dota games of all time.
Disperser on the menu now.
Back to the
Eagle
disperser.
song.
I mean, thank God he didn't rush that disperser like he was thinking about earlier. That was insane stuff. Manta definitely was the call with the way this game has slowed down.
That is true.
And legitimately, I think that tier 3 item has helped them so much.
Oh yeah, it was huge actually. Absolutely huge. This might be the only time a position 4 has ever built double Eagle Song in the history of Dota.
Yeah.
I doubt it's ever been done before. Even in the days where you had like the E-Blade buildup. We are entering new territory, folks. ATF does not know what he's seen right now.
Yeah, we're talking about Dota is cyclical, and then we just break entirely new boundaries. I mean, 4-position Terrorblade, like, sure, yeah, people are doing that, that sort of thing. But this is...
Imagine the comms right now in Falcons. All right, guys, I'm going to jump to carry.
Which one?
Which one?
And all of a sudden, they're in shambles. Half the team thinks they're jumping the Slark. Half the team thinks they're jumping the Terrorblade.
I'm actually serious. There is, like, an element of confusion when you play against these lineups like this.
Yeah.
Because your brain has so much memory in these Dota games of years and years, thousands of games you play against this Terrorblade. He's the carry. So you see Terrorblade. You think he's the carry. And you jump him. And in this case, I mean, he reversed the confusion. He actually is the carry again. So I guess it's normal. But then there's like a Slark in here. It's very weird.
Slark.
It becomes very weird. Your muscle memory in terms of these situations goes out the window.
Can you give me an example of something like that you experienced in your playing time? What was the most confused you've ever been?
I was confused a lot. I mean, honestly,
That's an NA.
mostly at my own team.
Well, the last bit of this Aegis that G2.iG bought for themselves in exchange for losing a range barracks.
You know, I used to do this shit all the time as No-Tail. He'd always play some weird Hero 5.
Yeah.
And then you'd go on, it'd be like Legion Commander or something. Remember we did that at TI? And you'd kill it. And your brain's thinking like, oh, we got the offlaner. It's some like Tranquil Boots Legion.
Yeah, who
literally
just
irrelevant
wants to press
to the
the
fight.
attack, and that's all he does. Yep.
It's stuff like that. I don't know, man. This is a very strange game for Falcons now. They have gone down the rabbit hole.
Play the White Rabbit song.
Oh, there's a smoke. Try and catch something. They have all this strength. Nowhere to use it. The Skeeter has just been hunting. Well, JT, he's going Sanjin Kaya. Of course, you got to build up that spell amp for the Dagon. Only natural.
He's going to get caught.
That's a gem.
That is the gem returned back to Falcons, so they have one in their hands.
Good pickup.
Very big.
And they're still scaling on their cores. But the question is just, you know, I guess it's Baboka, right? How much can he do in this game with how much he's been able to find?
Yeah, is it a good Terrorblade game? You talked about it was good Slark. Is it a good Terrorblade game, though?
Well,
to carry.
But he's not the carry.
To kind of carry.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, it's okay. It's not the best. It's not the worst I've ever seen. Dude, he's going to be ahead of Monet at some point in this game. Straight up. No doubt about it. He is farming a lot.
It's coming. Oh, he's going to have Scotty soon.
This is such a... Honestly, this is such a bad game for G2.iG to win. If they win this game, it's going to destroy their team, dude. How do you recover from this victory? You know Baboka, his ego is just going to be out of control. He's going to want to play carry every game. You know, he's going to be playing pubs. He's going to go practice another, like, 400 games now of random carry heroes just in case he has to flex them. They're like, Baboka, can you please just practice Earth Spirit, please, brother? It got buffed.
JT's just straight up taking his hands off the keyboard. He's just watching his two carries
he's been here before. He knows the drill. He's Scotty. He's going Scotty.
I mean, what else would you go at this point? It's no longer surprising at this point. Hey, back to where we were, like, I don't know, I feel like 15 minutes ago.
Dagon defense.
Trying to get this high ground push from a carry Dragonite.
It just doesn't even matter, honestly.
Yeah, they're finally going to get this melee barracks, perhaps,
like,
but they have to
this Rax doesn't
Rainbow
do anything.
TP back in order to catch as many heroes bottom lane, and they're going to get the Terror Blade.
Welcome
the carry gets caught and killed.
Dude, his damage numbers are probably so low for his network.
Yeah. But he's probably hit the most creeps of any support in this tournament.
That is probably true. I mean, what is his... Yeah, actually, that's more than I would. He still has more than Monet, somehow.
Dagon's not doing enough work for JT.
Okay, you get the push here. 40 seconds, no carry.
Yeah, I mean, this is... Falcons are finally back in the driver's seat where they're like, okay, you guys are no longer split pushing as much. There's still Monet in the bottom lane, but it's a Slark. Who cares? We'll get a chance to hit the barracks, and G2.iG are going to have to defend, right?
This is a situation you want to put G2.iG
Stomp goes out. JT pops his BKB, and it's just going to keep running. The BKB won't last long enough. He gets back to the fountain, and oh, he dies with the gush, connecting in the end.
Where was the Sunder? He was dead.
Yeah, you talked about like the supports Sunder. We haven't
why did we even talk about any of this? Why? This is quite literally a pub strat. I feel like every Dota player has been there, where the enemy 5 jungles on a carry.
Yeah.
And you know you're gonna lose that game.
Yes. Yeah. You're like,
you lose that game every time.
My team is like getting picked off just too many times.
Yeah, you look top. It's a classic 2-on-1. Enemy Slark's just farming there, 1v2. It's free farming. Then you flame your team, you get reported for toxicity. Now your behavior score drops. You make a Reddit thread about how the system's unfair. We've all been there, right?
Our community certainly has.
Bloodthorn build up for Monet. Big item to get to, but I mean, Falcons, this is your time to try and end this game.
Yeah, everybody on G2.iG is inside of the Dire base for once.
Oh,
they actually managed to get him with the Bushwhack after the Dark Pact.
Oh, nice.
With a nice force staff. Gets him out of the shot.
Do you want to
from the hoodwink.
Centaur spawning in 10.
Yeah, Xnova's dead now, so they keep the numbers advantage.
But where's the damage from this G2.iG lineup right now? The Skeeter feels invincible.
Well, here comes the Terror Blade.
It's got to be Baboka. Reflection missed. Oh no, he didn't cast it. He faked it. Then he got stunned. He did nothing.
40 minutes of farming for that.
Guys, where was my Sunder?
Monet comes in into the back line. There's a second carry that Falcons need to worry about. That one gets blasted down just as easily as the first.
Is that just the game? I think that's just the game.
Yeah, they're going to buy back and throw bodies at Falcons, and Falcons, oh God. Okay, there's the disperser put to use.
Quad buyback.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
This is truly one of the oddest games I've seen in a while, but the jump trying to kill a Crystal Maiden
they got him.
Does go off. They get the kill and bounce. They say, we got him, boys. Just what we are looking for. We farmed for 45 minutes on this support to carry Terrorblade in order to kill a Crystal Maiden. That's it. Job's done.